Morning, brain. What are we going to do today? Same thing we do every day, Brody. We try and take over the world of Magic the Gathering. That's right. One day at a time. Serious question for you folks, though. I really want to know. I got to ask you folks this before we start the show. Where do bad rainbows get sent? To Prism. It's a light sentence. Welcome back, folks, friends of the channel, friends of mine, fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as we do. Thanks again for tuning in on the show. It's me, Brody Alfonso, doing the morning show. We're going to give you folks a little bit to talk about. We'll be stonking and tonking here this morning on the channel. I hope you join us here for a little bit of Magic the Gathering fun. A little bit of Magic the Gathering news. All right, already. What do we got for you folks here this morning? Well, I'll tell you what we got this morning. We got some news articles to go over today, but today we're going to do something that we haven't done in a little while. It's been a spell. Let's take a look at some. Do you like AI generated magic cards? They've been the talk of the town. Huckleberry Magic Hound. Hats. How you doing this morning, Mr. DJ Longhair? Huckleberry, thanks for tuning in. I'll be your Huckleberry. What type of language do wizards write in? Cursive. Of course they write in cursive. Let's take a look at some AI generated magic cards here, but before we do that, we're going to go over the rules with you folks in just a second here. All right? If there's any gibberish on the card whatsoever, we're going to fail it. You're going to hear this sound. Ah, yes, the sound of the buzzing, cousin. In case you missed it, let's get that buzzer up. This will get you out of bed, all right? But you see, if the card is playable any way whatsoever, you're going to hear this sound. That's the sound of the dinger. Singer. All right. So, if you feel free, you can join in with me and join the discussion. Tell me what you think of these AI-generated magic cards. You know what it is. We're going to try and take over the world of Magic the Gathering. All right. What do you call a dead wizard? A skeleton. He had a skeleton in his closet, right? Let's take a look at some AI-generated magic cards this morning, starting with this card right here. Nick Wanderer. Oh, Nick, where are you wandering off to here today? This white card. What do you think, folks? Think of this one. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Join in the discussion. It's a good hump day. I got a very special video coming out for you folks later on this morning. Are you busy on the 16th? That's like almost a week away. Holy smokes. Of course I'm busy. I don't know. What do you got cooking over there? You got Nick the Wanderer coming on? Look at this card here. AI submission. It's a 3/2. Eldrazi? This is an Eldrazi. 1 white and 3. Flying. When Nick Wanderer dies, you may discover 3. Live react. What are we reacting to? Let's do it. Tell me more, Mr. DJ Long. Tell me more. I think Nick the Wanderer, we could give him a pass, right? What do you think of Nick? Oh, Nicky boy, the calling pipes are calling. Good old Nicky boy, he's going to get a pass of gas. Let's see, what else we got here? Here's an island. I like the island. Very nice. Beautiful art on this island. I could go for some of these. Holy moly. Rasmussen and new cards. I like it. It matches my shirt. Look at the tone on that. Who's Rasmussen? Rasmussen. He's a love machine coming on the show here. This is the AI generated island. I think we can definitely give this a pass. A beautiful art on this one here, DJ. Who's Rasmussen? Tell me more. Can do some live react over at the Long Hair channel? Could be. Could be. I won't say no. Can I take a maybe? I'm gonna take a look at the schedule and see what day of the week that is. Famous Abomination. This is what we got next, eh? Well, let's read the card. This is a 4/4 insect creature with Menace. A menacing insect, famous abomination, 1 black and 2. So you get 1 black and 2 for a 4/4? That seems okay. Then a black and 2 tap, double the number of each kind of counter on target creature you control. That seems okay. Seems pretty badass. Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, our start time. Right. I think this is a fine card. 3 mana for a 4/4. I want 3 mana 4/4s. I mean, it says, is it fair? Unplayable? Is it OP? How would we rate this card? Let's rate it. What are we going to give this one? Fair, unplayable, underpowered, non-functional, or OP? I think in this day and age, this has to be a fair. Yeah, some people rated it OP, but I mean, 3 mana 4/4s, you get a 2/1 for 1 mana with Ragavan. I don't understand how this is OP. Come on. Should get some 3 mana 10/10. I mean, wait, it should be a 6/3 for 3 mana. That's where I'm thinking. With an upside, with 2 upside abilities at this point in Magic the Gathering. If you get a Ragavan, which is a 1/1 or a 2/1 for 1 mana, you should get a 6/3 with 2 upsides for 3 mana. That's just the way I see it. Maybe it's 2 colored, so yeah, at least a 4/3, right? I gotta give it the fair rating. Let's take a look at this one. Kindred Intervenzione. We'll watch Twitch live. Some BS on a little during then and get into it after Magic the Gathering week is over. Well, we're always looking to expand the reach. And see, let me get back to you on that one, DJ. It's gonna be hard to know. Hard for me to know at this point in time. You put me on the spot here. All right, let's take a look at this saga. Baba La Saga. Right? Who's the Baba La Saga? That would be the Boogeyman. Kindred Intervention, 3 white. So you got to cast this off a white ritual, right? You got 3 white and 1. Saga enters the battlefield. Gathering the troops, you know. Yeah, buddy, I know. Let me take a maybe. I gotta get back to you here. Search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to the number of lore counters on Kindred Intervention. Put them into your hand, then shuffle. And then the second proc on this baby, create a token that's a copy of Kindred Intervention, then mill 3 cards. So it goes and gets you like a 1-drop. And then on the next proc, it copies itself and you mill 3. So go get a 1-drop, mill 3. Go get a 1-drop, mill 3. And it does that over and over again. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle for 4 mana. And it just keeps on going and going. I think, yeah. I mean, is this fair? Unplayable? Is it overpowered? Underpowered or non-fictional junk text on this card? This actually, I'm just going to give it a fair rating. This seems okay. I'm actually okay with this. It seems just fine. I mean, why not? You guys want to do some more? Of course we do. All right, let's have a look at what is this card right here. Arcane Fish. Arcane fish. Fishing and wishing. Let's add a question here. I got a question for you folks in the chat. Then we're going to take a look at some of these AI generated magic cards. Let's start the Q&A. All right, let's look at the arcane fish. Let's take a look at this one. For 1 blue and 2, you get a sorcery with split second on it. Oh boy, this seems tough. Arcane fish, split second. As long as this spell is on the stack, you make players may cast spells from your graveyard. What? That's not split second. This is an imposter. Let's take a look. As long as this spell is on the stack, players may cast spells from your graveyard. This has got to be a mistake. And then draw a card. That's all it does. So should be. This is like a sorcery that. This is terrible. It's a sorcery. You need to flash this in. You put it on the stack, and then people can play spells from your graveyard. Draw a card. I gotta give this a. I gotta give this a buzzer. First one of the day, right? This thing sounds terrible. Oh, is this rated underpowered? Of course, it's underwhelming. Oh, and the planes. I do like this planes though. I could go for a play set of these decent art. So there's 2 female wizards they're chatting. The first one says to the second one, I like that hat you're wearing that last week. And the second one says, which hat? Hmm. Yeah, well, let's give this one a pass. Have you guys heard of the Hasbro Hunger Games? Nobody? Yeah, it's not the right text on that one for split second, is it? That's just some made up spitballing by the AI. All right, let's take a look at this card here. What do we got? A flippy card. Oh, cool. Haven't done a flippy card yet. Galvanbringer? No, Galvanowbringer. Galvanowbringer. It's a human berserker. Oh, I wish we could bring back berserkers, right? Berserkers are wild, eh? So for 1 blue, you get a 0/1 with the void. It's got no color identity. Or no, still has a color identity, but it has no color. And then when Galvanobringer attacks, you may cast a spirit or arcane spell from your graveyard. So when the 0/1 attacks, and when Galvanobringer dies, return it to the battlefield, transform under an opponent's control. Okay, so your opponents get the 2/1. Artifact, creature, shapeshifter, larding archives. Okay, lardy. The archives are hardy. You got to pay 5 double red and a blue, stack a creature. If you do draw a card, then discard a card. It seems pretty bad. Doesn't seem good. It doesn't seem like there's even an upside on this at all. Split second. Well, I'm just gonna. Well, it's underpowered. Is it functional though? Let's have a look here. It's blue. Okay. To cast. It's devoid. It's a 0/1. When it attacks you, exile a. You may cast a spirit or arcane spell from your graveyard. So only thing this is going to give you is be able to flash back. So it's got an upside for you. Then if it dies, it's functional. Let's give it a pass. Brody's going to give this a pass. What do you folks think? Does it cut the mustard? I mean, it's definitely not a great addition to the deck, but it just It is functional. Let's see what they. I'm gonna think they're gonna say underpowered. Yeah, they've been given an under. Oh, an underpower rating. Look at this one. I love these. Look at the art on this guy here. This is the Basalt Basil Bosker, legendary creature giant soldier. I almost thought it was like Basalt Bosker, but it's a Basil Bosker, Basal Bosker, legendary creature giant soldier. So what do we get for 6 mana? We got a 2 white pips and a 4 on there. Going to be a legendary giant soldier. So far, this all checks out. He's saying no. It looks as though this wizard may be trying to talk him into something he doesn't want to do. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee. As Basal Bosker enters the game, choose a non-land card name. Spells with a chosen name can't be cast. I think we have a winner here. So it basically meddling mage on a 5/5 berserker. Basal Bosker enters the battlefield, choose a non-land card name. Spells with the chosen name can't be cast. Yeah. Obviously, that's fine. 6 mana, meddling mage on a 5/5. So you get a, yeah, fair. Fair it is. Okay. Ooh, I like this. I like it. I like the art on this one. This reminds me of something straight off of the Pirates of the Caribbean. We got the Enlightened Abomination. Okay, 2 black, 2 for this enchantment card. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 1 life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. So it procs for 1 during your upkeep. You've got a 4-player game. That means you're gaining 3 every turn and every opponent's losing 1. So it's like a tick kill. A black and 1, sack a creature. You gain 1 life and draw a card. All right. All right. What do you think of this one? I think we give it a. I think we give that an okay. It seems fine. I love my. I love the. I love the notes that come up here, for the for the for the Twitter feed. Eh? Let's just get Brody over here. All right. What do you think? Fair OP, unplayable. I give it a. I give it a fair. It's just underpowered. It's not that great, but it'll do. It's a magic card. It is fair. Community consensus gives it a fair rating. How about this one? Head Spore Me. Zombie Goblin. Quite interesting cards. Yeah, it's got a kind of a zombie looking scully-fied zombie goblin there. Yes, he's got head spore mage. So he's got mushrooms on his head. He needs to clean his ears, that's for sure. Okay, so what do you get? You got a 4/3 zombie goblin creature for black, and 3. Tap, each player loses 3 life. That actually doesn't seem like a bad card. So it's each activation is gonna zing the board for 12. I mean, there's got to be something we can use to put an upside on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just give it an okay. Give it a pass. That's totally a pass, right? I like the art on it. It's pretty wild, eh? This zombie. Could use a little flavor text though. It's kind of flavorless here. We need early morning when I get up. She makes me coffee in my favorite cup. Cause I know, yes I know, she's my head pour sponge mage. Flavorless coffee here this morning. The flavor is in the mushrooms. Very nice. Very nice. It's mushroom flavored. Why didn't I think of that, DJ? Of course, it doesn't need flavored text because the flavor is mushroomy and in the art. Nicely done, my man. Very nice. And some people say this is OP. Come on. You got 5 mana for a 4/3, dies to bolt, tabs to ding everybody for 3. Give me a break. All right, how about this one? I do like these old time shifted borders. That's sort of nice looking on these art cards. We're looking at some AI generated art. AI generated magic cards here. New rat. There's a 1/3 for Pyrexian rat. See, we like to say Pyrexia. I don't like to pronounce the H. New. Uh, oh, it's legendary. This is like Ragavan's little buddy. It's busted. All right, cross zapping. Whenever an opponent casts this multicolor spell, if that player controls more lands than you, search your graveyard, hand, and or library for an artifact card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Wow, you get artifacts? Any artifact? Can I get Blightsteel Colossus? Huh. Well, I guess it is a magic card. It doesn't have gibberish on it. These last year when we were doing this, I noticed a lot of mumbly jumbly gibbery blibbery on these AI generated magic cards. It feels like they've kind of picked up their stocks here, right? It's been a year. So this sucker here, it's a card. Should we pass it? I think it's overpowered, but we got to give it a pass. It does meet the criteria of a magic card. It's not gibberish. So let's give it a pass. And then this one, the long collapse. All right. It's an instant. What are we going to do with this one here? I don't see a casting cost on it. I'm guessing it would be in, I want to say it's in white, but it could be in black. I don't think it's blue, red, or green. So I'm kind of going to put this on black or white. I'm leaning more towards white, but it says it's got no casting costs. We got to fail this one, DJ. Yeah, we should fail it. It's got no casting cost. Alan Cajon, how you doing this morning? Nice to see you. We're just taking a look at some AI-generated magic cards. You may exile 2 black cards from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. It has no mana cost, so exile target permanent. It has no mana cost. It should have one. Just on a technicality, let's fail it. Let's get it out of here. Wherever you are, Alan, it's nice to see you. If you're coming in for a little bit of stream this morning, if you know what I mean, we got a pretty cool video coming out later this morning. I hope it'll make you laugh. I have a joke for you also. Where do bad rainbows go? They go to prison. Prism for a light sentence. Let's check this out. Waste. Basic land. Waste. This looks like an underground parking lot. It really does. It's got no text on it. It's got no activation on it.